Coming up on Point News, a new attraction at Point Park hopes to address a key issue facing college students.
Plus, the end of a Pittsburgh icon. What local attraction is logging off for good?
And what steps you can take at home and in the workplace to protect your personal information.
Point News starts now.
Live from the Point Park University Broadcast Center in downtown Pittsburgh, this is Point News.
Good afternoon, I'm Bill Steinbach.
And I'm Casey Houlihan.
We begin today with a developing story. A Pittsburgh police officer is on the sidelines today, and multiple investigations are underway. A violent confrontation broke out between a man and police after a concert Tuesday night. 52 seconds of the incident was captured on cell phone video and is now under investigation. After leaving the Roger Waters concert at PPG Paints Arena, 47-year-old Daniel Alderman attempted to intervene in an arrest. Police were attempting to serve a warrant on 37-year-old David Jones. Jones was wanted on forgery charges and fled when approached by police. The cell phone video shows police punching Alderman and eventually attempting to tase him. Pittsburgh Police Chief Scott Schubert said the department has a zero-tolerance policy for excessive force. Pittsburgh Police and others, including the Citizens Police Review Board, are reviewing the incident.
Point Park's Chief of Police is going to take questions from students Monday. The United Student Government announced Monday that Chief Jeffrey Bisong will appear at its weekly meeting next week. Point Park's Public Safety Department has been in the news recently with multiple incidents on campus. Most notably, a sex offender was arrested on campus 2 weeks ago, and students did not receive a point alert about the incident. Bisong told the Globe this week that if he had to do things over, he probably would have sent out something small. Bisong also told the Globe that less than half of Point Park students are registered for Point Alert. The police chief will take questions from the student government at 3:15 on Monday in room 701 of the Student Center. The Q&A is open to the public.
Chief Bisong will address student concerns about public safety, but there are other concerns on college campuses that is often ignored or overlooked.
And Point Park is taking on the problem with a new Pioneer Pantry.
Point News reporter Josh Krupp has the story.
Full Point Park shuttles sat in the Student Center lot on a quiet Friday morning. Not full of students, full of food and drinks. All of it used to stock the new Pioneer Pantry. It's a new food bank on the second floor of Lawrence Hall used to address student food insecurity.
There are so many different situations that students might be involved in that they may feel hunger. And this is just an outlet for them, again, to never go hungry, and that this is for the students.
The idea came last year out of research from community engagement doctoral students.
So our hopes are to provide the support and the services needed to make sure that students can get the most out of their education here at Point Park and that they're not hungry and can make ends meet.
Students can visit pioneerpantry.org and place 2 orders a month from the pantry's inventory. The Pioneer Pantry is a partner with the Greater Pittsburgh Community Food Bank and will be a way for clubs and organizations on campus to hold their own food drives with donation barrels like these.
What we'd like to do is have people commit to doing a drive in a particular month, and we have large donation barrels that we'll be able to put in locations throughout the campus for them to announce their drive and let people donate throughout that month that they've selected.
University 101 students visited the pantry to help stock and organize it and learn about the new program.
So it's good to have some place where you know that if ends don't meet, you have food to go to sleep not hungry.
2 going at a time.
5 bins and 1,000 pounds of food and drink later. The bus was empty, but the shelves were full. The Pioneer Pantry is now officially open and looking for volunteers. Reporting for Point News, I'm Josh Krupp.
Pittsburghers lined up Sunday to say goodbye to one of Kennywood's most beloved attractions. With the end of Kennywood's summer 2017 season came the last plunge for the Log Jammer. The popular water ride debuted in the park in 1975 and made history as the park's first $1 million ride. For the past 42 years, the ride has been a favorite among visitors of all ages. According to a press release from the park, no official decisions have been made about what will be built in the water ride's place.
The race is on. Pittsburgh's competing with several other cities to become home to Amazon's second headquarters. Among those cities, New York, St. Louis, and Boston. Amazon's second headquarters could employ as many as 50,000 people And earlier this week, Pittsburgh Mayor Bill Peduto tweeted that the city may have a leg up on the competition. He says it's interesting that Amazon requires bike lanes as well as other critical urban infrastructure in their request for proposals.
And all eyes are on Harrisburg as haggling continues over the state budget, which is nearly 3 months past due. The Port Authority of Allegheny County is especially concerned. One budget proposal that passed the State House could mean major cuts for the transit agency. The reason? It allows the state to take more than $350 million from a trust fund that's intended to support public transportation and instead use it to help balance the budget. The Port Authority has warned if that plan moves forward, they would likely have to eliminate nearly half their bus routes as well as evening and weekend service.
Among many memorials for 9/11, this year marks the 6th year for the United Flight 93 Memorial in Shanksville, Pennsylvania, and select Point Park students recently visited the memorial. Samir Nefzi reports.
On September 10th, Point Park University honors students decided to take a trip to visit the Flight 93 Memorial. The students went to further educate themselves on the events that took place in that Shanksville field and remember those who lost their lives on that tragic day.
Our freshmen are now 2 years old, so and very soon no one will have been born at that time. And it's just like any other part of American history. How do you keep that memory alive? How do you make that history? By creating sites like this.
For some students, this was a touching journey even after 16 years have passed. Samir Nefzi, reporting for Point News.
The memorial grounds in Shanksville are open every day from sunrise to sunset. The visitor center is open from 9 to 5 daily, except on select holidays. Well, the recent breach of Equifax has exposed the personal information of over 100 million Americans, putting their personal information at risk.
The security threat is raising questions about protecting your personal information at home and at work. Is having an antiviral firewall enough to protect your personal financial information, even when it's available over the internet?
I recently met up with an IT specialist who deals with cybersecurity in the workplace and at home. All the technology in today's modern world, oftentimes protecting your personal information can be harder than ever, not only for million-dollar companies and corporations, but for your own self at home. Having to protect your online social security numbers, personal information, financial records, it's all out there, and basically anybody has access to it. Just in the past week, we've seen problems with Equifax. So what can you do to protect yourself at home and in the workplace? Chad Limbriner, a 23-year-old data communications specialist in IT, works for UPMC in Pittsburgh. He takes his home security system rather seriously.
I am very into encrypting files, so all of the files on my storage server are encrypted. When I send email, I ensure that it is encrypted, and I ensure that the receiver knows that that email and whatever's attached to it definitely came from me.
What is a big problem for consumers in terms of protecting themselves online?
I feel that a lot of users aren't aware of where their data is going, and they're not aware of what clicks online could potentially mean for their data.
Cybersecurity is a rather serious thing, but even if you live in just an average American home, cybersecurity should be one of your top priorities. Multiple reasons why. 1, it's not that hard. 2, it's affordable. And 3, basically anybody can do it, and it's worth doing. Reporting for Point News in Brookline, I'm Bill Steinbach.
Thanks, Bill. Coming up, the search is on for the next America's Next Idol. Could the next star be from the Berg?
And a look at your weekend weather forecast. That's coming up next.
What would you do to create something that could survive 1,000 years? You'd start with a formula, head to the lab, and forge it with fire. Just imagine everything it could do. It could leak pollutants into the soil and water, or it could conserve energy, cut CO2 emissions, and reduce raw material. Recycling is more than cutting waste. Recycling is about the legacy you want to leave. Why on earth would you want to do anything else? Recycle. Don't throw away our chance at survival.
Good evening and welcome to Newsnight. I'm Josh Krupp alongside Jess Paterchak. Tonight we begin with the mayor is continuing to deal with the challenges the city is facing.
But tomorrow we have just a little bit of cloudiness.
Off throughout the day with some strong wind gusts. That's going to continue tomorrow. 20
teams have already started talking to free agents. Saturday's partly cloudy, but 70 degrees? Where is the pool at? I mean, come on.
You might have already burned your bracket, ripped it up.
I am Royce Jones.
And I am Casey Houlihan.
Thank you so much for joining us this evening. That's your news tonight, Virginia.
UView Television is live here at the Center for Media Innovation with a very exclusive interview with Point Park's Black Diamond, our school mascot. We're taking questions on our social media at UView Television.
Our first question came in from @PointParkU Black Diamond. They want to know, what is one thing you love about Point Park?
UView.
I knew it.
UView's the best.
It is. All right, Alex, you want to read our next question?
Okay, we have another question from Point Park Cab. They're asking, when is the next time you're going to make a surprise appearance at their next event?
He's being coy. Looks like we're going to have to show up.
Yeah,
to
I guess we'll have to see.
All right, that's all we have for right now, but you can submit your own questions at UView Television, and we might read one of yours after the break.
Welcome back, everyone. I'm Francesca Franzelio, and I'm here with your weather weekend update. So on Friday and Saturday and Sunday, they're going to be above the mid-80s. So we have a beautiful summer weekend ahead. There's no excuse to not go outside, ride your bike, enjoy the summer weekend, because we don't know when fall is going to just sneak up behind us and take us away with some cold weather. So make sure you guys enjoy your weekend and go out and have a picnic, have some fun. Back to you, Bill and Casey. Thanks, Francesca. It sure does look like a great weekend to get outdoors. Well, recently, Pittsburghers had the chance to get out and sing.
It was their chance to see their dreams come true.
I traveled to Bakery Square to see if America's Next Idol could actually be a Yinzer.
Right behind me is the famous American Idol tour bus, which has stopped in Pittsburgh today to find the next big star. A bit of Hollywood came to Bakery Square when the famous American Idol tour bus made its audition stop in Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh has always been amazing for us. You know, we've found some amazing voices in town in the past. We like to go to cities that really are rich in music history, and so Pittsburgh just fit the bill.
Aspiring musicians came from all over to chase their dreams.
It's been a lifelong dream since I was little. Me and my mom would watch American Idol, so I finally turned 16 and realized that the age limit was 15, so I came to try out.
Hopeful contestants, along with their supporters, had to brave a series of tents with different judges before advancing to the winner's circle, where they would have the chance to audition on camera. While anxiously awaiting for their turn in the limelight, fellow musicians band together in their passion for performing.
I love performing in general, and I feel like when I perform, it's the chance for me to make people happy. So if I get to do that on a bigger stage, then that's even a bigger plus for me.
It won't be until 2018 that we'll find out officially if a Pittsburgher could be
the next American Idol.
For Point News, I'm Casey Houlihan.
The Strip District was home to a musical festival earlier this month that kept the burg rocking. Extra Club hosted the Four Chord Music Festival on September 10th with 21 bands on the bill. Four Chords celebrated the fourth year in the burg and continues to draw fans each year. The festival had guests from across the country, including NASCAR drivers Dale Earnhardt Jr. and Ryan Blaney. They came to see their favorite artist perform. Festival goers also were able to purchase VIP tickets that offered acoustic sessions, food and drink, photo opportunities, and an early entry at room 16, a club next door to Extanza.
The fact that we're in a really fun atmosphere and there's great bands today, especially because the Dangerous Summer is back and they haven't been back for a while.
The founder of the festival, Extanza holds 1,500 people, and the festival was just about under the limit.
Up next, what Point Park sports team is on a roll?
The Sports Report is next.
I shouldn't have to pay to walk down the street. Pay with my comfort, my freedom, my peace. always on guard, on edge, off limits. Don't follow me, don't touch me, don't treat me like I'm yours. I don't need your whistles, your comments, your eyes. I already know I'm a prize. My confidence isn't for sale. Respect me, don't inspect me.
And when people ask us who can join UView, the answer really is anybody, and we mean anybody. Any major, any experience level. Some people, have a lot of experience coming out of high school, and others don't know how to really sit on a couch properly, and that's okay. We're here just to give you the chance to learn and have fun and prepare yourself for the real world. College, after all, it's all about trying new things.
Welcome back. Now for your sports report. The Pittsburgh Penguins began the journey to be the second team in the city with 6 titles. Tuesday night, the team skated on the ice for the first time this season against the Buffalo Sabres at Penn State University. The preseason game was the first game without Marc-Andre Fleury on the roster, and the Pens couldn't hold it together. They lost in overtime to the Sabres 4-3. Last night, the Pens fought better in overtime to beat the Detroit Red Wings 6-5 with the winning goal from Justin Schultz. The Penguins are back on the road tomorrow in Columbus to play the Blue Jackets at 7 p.m. A different team is also on their way to a national title, but in a different sport. Point Park University's women's volleyball team is trying to attend the national tournament again this year. With a 10-8 record, the girls have been struggling, but hoping to hustle out more wins this season. The girls won the city game yesterday at Carlo 3-1, giving them their first win in the conference after dropping their first 2. Ashley Taylor led with kills and digs for the Pioneers, while Savannah Dishman had 4 aces during the matches. The girls play at home tomorrow at 5 p.m. in the Student Center gym. Admission is free, or you can watch the game live on Point Park Sports Network. One team that is on a winning streak, Point Park men's soccer team, is on fire. The soccer team is on a 5-game winning streak with the latest win at Washington Adventist University. The men will have a 10-day break until Thursday, September 28th at Ashbury University. The men will play home next on October 6th against Midway University. Another winning streak that has the city going nuts. The Pittsburgh Steelers have won their first 2 games of the season, and fans have already started the saying, "Stairway to 7." The Steel defense has shown they are back and don't need Coach Dick LeBeau for the road to Super Bowl 52. Last year, the Steelers started 2-0 and made it to the AFC Championship, so this could be looking up for the black and gold. The Steelers are traveling to Chicago this Sunday, and you can watch the game at 1 p.m. on CBS. Back to you and Bill and Casey.
Thanks, Fran. Let's hope the Steelers and all of our Point Park teams can keep up their winning streaks. Well, that does it for us for this week's Point News.
Be sure to join us next Thursday live at 2 p.m. For Bill Steinbach and Francesca Franzilio, I'm Casey Houlihan. Have a great week.